Good day, Lisiba Mutupi speaking here. I'm the founder of Forex Chasers, which is a professional trading institution. On this video, one thing that I'm going to be speaking about is support and resistance and understanding it the way that we are trading it. Because one thing that you know is that you are 10 steps before the market. One thing that I want to show you is how to be 10 steps ahead of the market. So I remember it was the three of us before I experienced some sort of a breakthrough. The three of us, me and my friends, we didn't have enough money to fund our account. So eventually funded it with £171. And in just 4 days, we took that to 3.2 pounds, 3.2 thousand pounds, which was actually a breakthrough for us. And now we have been consistent ever since then. But that was just us understanding the strategy on how it works at the first. But obviously, we got to learn about risk management and some sorts, all those kind of things. And I eventually came up with a course whereby I show others on how to be able to trade the way that I do. So let me just give you guys a quick example of understanding support and resistance. It's Lisiva Motupi. Just jump in my screen.
Okay. I'd like us to take a quick look at the dollar index. I'd like us to take a quick look at the dollar index just so I explain to you my views on support and resistance. And I don't actually want to change your views on it. I just want to tell you guys or explain to you what I think about it. And actually, one thing that I also want to do is that I want to show you how I was able to go from making and losing money to making money consistently. So let's just take a quick look at this. We are now at the weekly time frame, because one thing that I do is that I start with the bigger time frame just so I can be able to just get the momentum on where the momentum is heading to. So now let me just show you guys the normal typical way a person would analyze. So this is what a person would see: support, resistance. Okay, they'll have something like this, and then when it gets here, they'll say, oh, it's at the resistance, let me sell. Then they'll sell somewhere around here. I'm sure they want to take a loss, and it got to support, I'm gonna buy. Then they buy, maybe make profits, or maybe because of this, like can you see here, it took a lot of weeks for it to just correct here. So maybe a person would run out of patience and go out of the trade. But I want to show you guys this. Let's take a quick look at when it gets somewhere around here now, on what is it that we're thinking of. Okay, for instance, this now it's at support area. I drew my support line somewhere around here. Price came, it broke downwards. Where you gonna sell? Where you gonna say it's a breakout, but then it broke back up inside. Where you gonna buy now? Like, what is it that you're gonna start looking at? And it came back. It also broke down. Like, can you see the price doesn't really respect this support resistance that much? And I'm gonna show you guys something that's gonna support what I really say. And I'm just gonna give you guys a quick sneak peek of how I trade. And I'm sure you guys have seen my live session, or you can even just go on, I think it's the previous video from this one here. Just check it out and check my live session whereby I explain to you how I look at the charts and how I'm able to be at least 10 steps or a few more steps ahead of the market instead of being behind the market. Okay, so what I done now is that I jumped on a smaller time frame. Okay, not really a small time frame, but then a daily time frame. It's much smaller from what we were looking at currently. So we are now at at the daily time frame, and I want to show you guys something really amazing here. So what's happening is that a normal support and resistance type of strategy would be something like, okay, I don't know. And okay, let me just start by saying this. One thing that I don't like about this is that you look at the previous data, meaning that for you to be able to capture some movements from here, you're going to be looking at something like this, okay? And then you're going to start having something like this. Then you're going to have something like this. And then you're going to have something also like this. Isn't that true? And then you'd have, okay, this support line here, I don't know, and then maybe this support line here. And you just have a lot of these lines, okay? So this support line here. Yeah. So let's just take a look at this. Let's say it broke out now, price went all the way up, and this is the resistance line. So you're gonna start to look for any type of resistance line here. See what happened here. It didn't really impulse to a specific direction, because you can see it kept on just going upwards and going downwards, going upwards, going downwards, going upwards. Eventually it broke to the upside. Okay, maybe you'd say that, okay, no, after it broke, it came here, it went down. Then you start to say this is some sort of resistance line. But see what happened. It didn't really progress to the downside. It didn't really treat this as any sort of resistance, but it just played around here, and then eventually just went down after a few months. Maybe 2 months. After 2 months, it played around here, and the same thing happened with all types of, let's say, all the support and the resistance lines that are currently through. And look at how messy the charts look. Just take a quick look at how messy the charts is. Just a lot of red lines passing through the charts, which I don't even, it's just making my hair a bit messy. And another quick example that I want to show you guys that I saw, and I was like, wow, from the person that I actually learned to trade this way from. One thing that I saw from that person is he was like, okay, no, let's say for instance that you do use that support and the resistance and it does make money for you, but take a quick look at this. Let me just place a lot of support and the resistance line anywhere. I'm just gonna throw it. I'm throwing them anywhere, like literally I'm just throwing them, okay, throwing them. And I want to show you something interesting. Okay, I threw it here. Take a quick look at this. Here's a support line. I just threw it here. Take a quick look. It treated it as support here. It also treated it as support here. Took a quick look. I just threw it automatically. Like I just threw. I wasn't looking anyway. My eyes were literally closed. But yeah, here's support. Here's support. And I threw it here too. Here's support. Here's support. Here's support. Here's the resistance. I threw your resistance. Like just take a quick look on. This is almost like guesswork. Can you see? This is what I'm trying to show you guys. This is almost like guesswork. Just throwing support and the resistance each and everywhere, because there'll always be support and resistance. And people, one thing that they do is that they look support and resistance from the previous data, which I don't know how they work with it, but then they look at it from the previous data. And that type of strategy that I trade is that we don't even trade that way. We're able to just look at what the market is promising us at least 10 steps ahead, or maybe 5 steps ahead, to be a bit more I don't know, promising. But I'll just show you guys a quick example of what I would be seeing with this chart that I've got here. Okay, let me just remove a lot of these lines. Okay, just to quickly show you guys on what's interesting about the type of strategy that I trade. In this man, what I'm seeing here is just an ascending type pattern within an ascending type pattern. Okay, there's no some sort of support resistance that I would say because what normal people would say is that, okay, yeah, yes, support resistance, it broke, now it's gonna go up, all those things. No, it doesn't really work that way. What I'm gonna use now is patterns, and now I'm gonna even use what we call multi-touch confirmation, which in this manner on the daily time frame, from just concluding, I can already see that my third touch has given me 2 touches, and I can already see that my support trend line has already given me 2 touches. So one thing that I'll say is that I'm anticipating at least a third touch here before we can at least see a move to the downside. Okay, that's what I'm anticipating in the longer term run. So one thing that also support and resistance would show you is that you think that, okay, now it's at the resistance line, I'm gonna sell, which doesn't really work that way. You don't. It's almost like you're guessing your analysis. You're just using one type of evidence to take a trade, which you need at least a case of evidence to take a trade, not just one. So in this man, I showed you guys what I see on the daily time frame. Okay, and it's not just the end of it. I'm gonna drop to the lower time frame and see if I'm able to at least spot a few more evidence on taking a long trade to the upside. Okay, I'm also able to spot an ascending within that bigger daily descent. This is the bigger daily descending. I'm also able to spot the one here within it, meaning that also this one is telling me something like, okay, we've got our third touch here at the resistance, at least maybe a third touch here at the resistance line too. Okay, the resistance trend line, not the horizontal one, not the horizontal resistance. So basically what I'm saying is that we still see and believe that this market is still gonna go, it's gonna push to the upside a few more pips. Can you see? A few more pips, and we're just gonna do what, that's when we're gonna start dropping to a smaller time frame and looking for entries. And the only way that I'm gonna say that I use my support and resistance is when, let's say I've got something like this. I only use the most recent support or resistance line. Meaning, let's say now we are at this level here. We are at this level, and price came and it went all the way down. What I'll do is that I'll just place it here like this. Can you see? And then I'll wanna see what is it giving me at the second or at the second touch. Basically at the second touch, is it rejecting or is it just giving me something? And not only that, like not only confirming with the candlestick, but also using what we call the like the type of market it got there with. Like let's say if it got there in a corrective manner, then I'll understand that, okay, it's in a corrective manner. This corrective manner is saying that we have to break to the upside. Then I'm gonna take this to the upside. Like take a look at this one here. Okay, I don't know, let's say if you had something like this. Okay, sorry about that. If you had something like this, you'd say this is the resistance. I don't even know where you draw your one. Normally, I used to trade like this, like the 2017, which I would draw them at the weeks. People would also draw them here at the bodies, which I don't. Yeah, it's okay. That's how you trade. But you'd say, okay, this is the resistance. Okay, then you take a sell, then it goes down with you, then it breaks all the way to the upside. Then what is it that you're gonna do now? You're gonna start looking for maybe a retest or something like that. Yeah. As soon as it gets in, maybe you're gonna start looking for a buy or anything like that. Well, that's it. I don't know if I should say it's a good way, but the way that I trade is that I'll rather wait for this breakout to happen to show the moment to show the momentum, and then I'll wait for a correction or a corrective mood that's gonna show me or guide me whether it's gonna be a continuation to the upside or if it's gonna retrace. So even get into the support or resistance line. I want to show you guys a quick example on maybe one of the examples that are caught here. Okay, like get into this type of support and the resistance. It's not even just having them; it's also being able to spot if. Okay, let's take a quick look at this one. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I don't know which example that I should use here, but I wanted to use an example whereby it got to the specific resistance zone, but not only getting the, okay, let me say this. Yeah. Okay, something like this. Here's a quick example. Ne? This, I would say a person would have a resistance line somewhere here. But as soon as, let's say, they'll place their sell trade after seeing maybe this candlestick confirmation, then doesn't go according, maybe hit the stop loss, or maybe they'll still have a pending order or anything like that. But as soon as they see something like this, they'll think that it's a breakout. There's one that I want to touch on now. They'll think that it's a breakout as soon as they see maybe this candlestick here. And for me, I don't see it that way. It's actually a perfect trade because one thing that I'm looking at is how this market is moving to the upside, how it got to that specific support or resistance. That's what really matters with utilizing this type of strategy, how it gets there. And as soon as it gets there, you're gonna see whether if it gets there with the, some sort of a reversal pattern or a continuation pattern. And from there, you are gonna take a trade. So on this one here, let me just drop on to the 60-minute and not waste any more time. But I just believe that you guys will be able to just see what I'm seeing, because I used to trade support and resistance before. I was making money at the same time I was losing money. But as soon as I just started trading in a different way, I was able to just spot that no, I'm very much profitable, and in that way I was even able to come up with an institution whereby we help others be able to trade the way that I trade. And if you guys are interested, you can just send me an email. I'll drop the link below and you'll be able to just see. But take a quick look at this breakout that happened here. Someone would have, let's say, I don't know, support resistance here due to looking at the pre. Okay, let me even use this one that normally people use. Okay. Someone would say, okay, resistance, 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 and all those types of stuff. But from what I see is that I won't even be looking at anything like that. I won't be looking at the previous level. This happened like weeks ago. I want to see what's happening now. Meaning that as soon as market breaks, I'm gonna start looking for a correction pattern. And here you can see it presented itself, because with the types of strategy, people would want it to retest up until somewhere here before they take a buy. But for us, it doesn't work that way. We'll be waiting for our correction. There's like in the course I explain how it actually works, like the types of hours that you should wait and all those kind of examples. But we wait for our correction. As soon as it presents itself, that's when we start to take a buy. And having such entries, it's much better because you can even have a minimum stop loss. Because I remember I was telling one guy that I can get 15 to 20 pips stop loss with a target of 250 pips and above, and they wouldn't believe it. Like, let's say for instance, in this case, let me say 10 pips stop loss would be okay for me. 10 pips, it's even huge, but it's okay. And just with the first target, which is at least here, you can see that we're capturing something like a 7%, and there's still more profits guaranteed. So this is the type of strategy that I'm just gonna leave you guys with. Whether you guys should just question yourself if I'm trading support and resistance the way that you normally trade it, if it's okay. And if it isn't okay, definitely can hit me up, and then I'm gonna show you on what is the best way or the best option you guys can just leave trading that way and then evolve to becoming a very profitable trader. Because it's very much difficult if you are a trader that's already trading in this way, and then someone is telling you that you should try something different. It's very much different. I mean, it's very much difficult. It was the same for me. But as soon as you are able to at least be involved with a group of people that treat this way, eventually you're gonna evolve and you're gonna start seeing things the way that like the rest of me and my team we see things, and that's how things are gonna be. But I'm just gonna leave you guys with this. Definitely I'm gonna make a video explaining a bit more deeper about this. This is just a quick one because I kept on just getting a lot of requests from people asking me, can you please just show us quick why you don't really put your support in the resistance the same way that we do? And I was like, okay, let me just make a quick one just before I give you guys the clearer one that I'm gonna be making soon. So I thank you guys for watching this.
Thank you so much for taking your time and watching this video. I don't want to waste more of your time. Please do just hit the subscribe button if you haven't, just so you can be able to just get more of my valuable content. Obviously, I don't just waste your time. And I do have a Forex institution whereby I'm able to teach people on how to trade from the very basics to a level whereby you're consistently making profits. Fortunately, I'm able to just say that we've got members from across the world. If I have to name the countries, it will just be a lot of them. But yeah, and if you want to know more about it, obviously I'll put the link below. But the website is like forexchasers.com, and we've got an email where I'll just write it down somewhere here, which is forexchasers@gmail.com. And I'm just looking forward to seeing you guys win with us. But yeah, this is your boy Lisiwe Mutupi. I thank you so much.